Hi guys, Vicki here. Today I'm sitting down with Nina Moons from the Calendar Mallorca. She's one of our Mallorca insiders and knows exactly what's happening on the island, from events and parties to hidden gems you don't want to miss. I can't wait to dive into her world and share her tips with you. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay, hot. Well, I was going to say hot, but actually it's not so hot.
No? It's
No,
okay.
you've left the island at the wrong time. You've invested in a trip home when actually it's grey skies and rain out here.
No. I just received an alert, a weather alert for Palma, like 12 o'clock, thunderstorms and rain and everything. And I was like, what's going on?
So today is a perfect day, Nina, to recommend rainy day activities to all the followers.
Crazy.
It's
I mean,
mad.
it went from like what, 42 degrees to rain and thunderstorms.
Yeah, overnight it seems as well. That is
Yeah.
when did you go to Vienna?
I left on the 2nd.
So that's already 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks.
Yes.
So you've missed out on some absolute doozy hot days.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Was that deliberate?
Not mad about it. But here, the challenge here is that the up and down is a lot worse than in Palma. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
normally in Palma, it like gradually gets hotter and you have time to adjust. But here it can go from like one day 35 degrees to the next day like 26 or something. But it's just like it's a lot. So then you feel it a lot more. Like so I feel, for example, here I feel like 34 or something feels like 40 in Palma because
Wow.
it's a different kind of heat. But I spend a lot of time in the mountains, so I can't complain.
Okay, we should say we'll probably keep this bit in because this is interesting. Why have you gone and where are you?
So why? It's because entertaining the kids. Um, it's like 11 weeks of summer holidays. You need to come up with a few things, and I just think that it's like, why not, mix it up a little bit. I can't just do summer camps all the time. And then it's nice here to spend time with my parents because they really enjoy, of course, spending time with the kids that isn't just like a long weekend or something. And for me, it's also great because I can work from here and it's not a problem. Like I can disconnect in a way. I can't really take time off because, as you know, there are always events going on. So there's always something happening. But it's been nice. It's been a bit quieter in terms of just like the people that I'm normally in touch with, for example, like hotels that I work with and other companies, because as you know, like a lot of people are taking time off in August. Um, but there's something always, happening in Mallorca, which is like the nice thing as well. But we went on the 2nd of August and then spent a few days in the summer house of my parents, which is just outside of Vienna, which is kind of like one of the channels that were built during World War II. Yeah, it's
History.
really cool. So it's no, but it's like literally right outside Vienna. It's a national park, and then you have the water here. So it's perfect for the kids because it's just, we can go riding with the bike or we can go to the water. And then we went to the mountains. And it's so crazy because, when I was little, summer in the mountains wasn't something you did. Like there was nothing to do. Nobody wanted to go to the mountains. All the ski resorts were only open in winter most of the time. Summer was like 20% occupancy or something. And now with the Mediterranean, with places like Mallorca getting hotter and hotter, actually that has shifted. So now summer in Austria, it's like some areas have like the same occupancy than they have in winter or more in
Wow.
summer. Yes, and there's so much more to do. It's incredible. Like going to the mountains, they build like these like magical forests for the kids where there are like witches teaching them things. And like it's incredible because you go on a different mountain every day. The kids are happy to hike. Like we hiked every day between 8 to 12 kilometers with the kids. And it wasn't a problem because there were like these things to do and like it was fun for them, and they went into the forest and stuff. And was super interesting to see because I think Mallorca is also feeling that. For example, this year there's less occupancy in a lot of places. There are less people on the island, which, it's a combination of things. But I'm definitely seeing that a lot of families are now more like in the mountain areas, like even in Italy, in Austria, and are looking for like cooler places to spend some time during the summer.
If I could have a little chat with myself and remind myself that August is always the hardest month of the year here, then I would book and leave as well, because it is a hard month to be here just as a regular resident. I can't imagine how exhausting it must be to come on holiday here in August, because it's so hot. We
Yeah.
were Ollie and I were talking about it a couple of days ago. It's like, what would you do between the hours of 10 in the morning and 6 in the afternoon? I mean, it's so sunny and hot here most of the time, and you're
Hmm.
just gonna burn. It's not like, yes, you can run into the sea and swim and everything, but you must constantly be concerned that you're gonna get a really bad sunburn.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
for
And especially
children, it's really hard.
exactly, because you just constantly like get in the shade, get in the pool, but then after half an hour you have to come out because you're worried about a sunstroke and things like that. So, and it's hard. Of course, there are like other things to do, but like all the other activities like Palma jump, like super rabbit, all these indoor activities, it just they don't have air conditioning. So it's like a sauna in there. So you can't send your kids there neither. And then you can do cultural activities, but how often do kids enjoy that?
Mm.
And so it's tricky. It's a tricky month, I feel. So that's why I most of the time I go away with the kids, and I like it also because, it's nice to go somewhere else and like I mean, I love going to different supermarkets in different countries, and then I love
Yeah, me
being
too.
here and getting all the Austrian things, but then I go back home and I appreciate everything else that I have there. So
I have a
it's fun.
feeling the calendar Austria is in process.
Who
August
knows? Who
edition.
knows?
So, like, because it's raining outside, I would say that people should go and check out this new thing. We were talking about it before, the Disgusting Food Museum.
Yes.
That's a really
Yeah.
good rainy day activity, but there are a few others, aren't there?
Yes.
Aquarium.
The aquarium. I love the aquarium in for a rainy day because it's perfect for the whole family, even if it's a couple, it's actually really interesting. You have the Fantasy Museum as well in Palma. That's like it's not like an hour, like what you spend half an hour, 45 minutes there, but in case you know how rain is in Mallorca, it doesn't rain for hours. So if you just need to go somewhere for half an hour,
Is
that's
that FOCO?
there are two. The Fantasy Museum is right in the center. And then Fogo is a little bit closer to Plaza España.
Have you been to either of them?
Yes, I've been to both
What are they
with the
like?
kids. For example, I like the Fantasy Museum if you're in the center of Palma and you, for example, you wanna go as a family, you want to go shopping, the mom wants to do some shopping or something and the kids get bored. It's amazing because it's right there and it's 45 minutes for the kids to do something fun and you're done. Like they're happy again and you can continue. But if you really like I prefer the Foucault Museum. I just thought that it was bigger. It was a bit more interesting for the kids. The kids preferred it, but their location is maybe not the best. So I think it's one is maybe more for visitors and tourists because it's just in terms of location. And then if you live on Mallorca and you don't need something right in the center of Palma, you go to Foco and you enjoy that.
It's funny, isn't it? It's like we're trying to constantly keep young people happy. That's like our
Yes.
main mission, isn't it?
But like my husband and I normally when we go on holiday or something, we always say like we do one activity for us and then one activity for them. So like also we were in an area in Austria where they produce wine and we do that same thing in Mallorca. We like sometimes go to a vineyard, for example, and say that's like something for us. But then before that we go, for example, to a big playground or something. So I think it's also good for the kids to know that not everything is just for them.
Yeah, definitely. Keep it real, keep it balanced.
Yeah. And
So,
one of the things I've actually written down, which I think is also very interesting for kids, is like the new Miro exhibition across the
Yeah.
4 venues in Palma, because I think actually that it's, even like Miro is such an interesting artist for kids because I think they can relate to his art a lot. To his paintings. Like my daughter was taught, or they were talking about Miro when she was like 4 or 5 in school, and she loved it. They were even like to the Fundación Miro, and I think it's because of the colors, the way he paints. Kids can really they like it. And so there is this new exhibition across 4 venues, most of them until the 9th of November. Already since last 2 weeks ago they opened. You have 2 venues that are free and 2 that are ticketed. And you could actually, I would say to 3 of them, you can walk in Palma. And then you have the Fundación Miro, which you can take a bus very easily from the center of Palma as well. And it's a beautiful building. It's a beautiful thing to do also for older kids. So that would also definitely be a tip. And like it's all inside. So if it's like rainy or a bit of a gray morning, afternoon, it's a great activity.
That's a good tip, actually. And then, have you been to the Casal Solleric, where they have the art gallery in the Bonne, and they have like all this drippy paint on the inside of the courtyard? I went and did a
Yeah.
photo shoot there a couple of weeks ago. It's a really cool place to kind of twirl around in.
Yeah. And it's actually surprising when you think about it. Like there's so many free art spaces in Palma as well. That you have. You have a Fundación Juan March, as well. That's free. There are several in Palma directly. So even if you're interested in art or if you just want to have a look, and they always change the exhibitions every few weeks, every few months. So even for like a lot of residents don't even know that they have access to these places. And I think it's a really nice thing to do when you're strolling around Palma. You just pop in and you have a look. Yeah.
Mallorca and Palma is aiming to is bidding for cultural city of, what year is it?
2031.
2031. And I think it started off very strongly, hasn't it? So it's like it's bringing itself up into the forefront with a lot of new things all the time. And it's really exciting to see the efforts that have been put in.
No, absolutely. And I think like beautiful efforts. It doesn't feel like it's just like whatever, we do whatever. It's just really nice things. And like I think Palma is getting more and more interesting when you're interested into history, art, culture. It's definitely a very, very interesting city.
I was just hang on. I need to tell everyone to be quiet. Guys, can you just please shush? Bye bye. Yeah, there's recording
It's not
going
my
on.
if it's
What?
not my children screaming, it's the
Is that
husband, isn't it?
me? What, Ollie? No, no, you cannot make a smoothie. Give me 10 minutes. It doesn't take us long, and the longer you make noise, the harder it will be.
We'll speed through it so he can make a
Well, yeah,
smoothie.
it doesn't. She can't hear you, all because of the headphones, so nobody can hear you except me. So, where were we? Oh yeah, so and then this is making noise. Last weekend, I went to Port Adriano, and you missed out on the legend that is Bonnie Tyler. Do you
How
want
was
to?
it?
She was great, and I guess she's not for everybody, but she is a legend, and,
Yes.
she was like it was like a great opportunity to see her performing Total Eclipse of the Heart and Holding Out for a Hero, and it was really fun, but I was so surprised by how many Spanish people were in the audience. It was a real shock.
Yeah,
I was expecting it to be wall to wall Brits, but it was a really international audience there.
that's
Port
great.
Adria
It's
Port
a great
Adriano
location.
Port Adriano is, so they're working so hard to make that, a good place to go.
Well, they're not interested with me yet.
Oh, they
But
should. They're silly billies if they don't wanna work with you.
yes, but I think, especially because I think it's a location that you easily forget about. And it's great whenever you go and when they have like food festivals, food truck festivals, and they have like PAM, like the music festival, and they have so much going on, but sometimes you just forget about it because there's also like great shops, there are some fantastic restaurants. It's really lovely to sit there. But then yeah, it's like one of those places you constantly kind of need to talk about and remind people of because otherwise you
Yeah.
forget.
Well, I'm going to tell the marketing team at Port Adriano they should be listening to Nina's words of wisdom because there is I think that it was, they have a lot of potential to have even more
Yeah.
events there. I mean, I know it's expensive to bring in acts like Bonnie Tyler, and they had Boney M the week before, and they had Los Secretos as well. Like, I mean, they're not necessarily popular with the younger generations, but they're very well known and well respected and classics, as it were. But to get all year round footfall there is difficult for them, I think, and it would be great if they would reach out to you and you could do some partnering, get some younger
And
families in there.
And it's really funny because Porto Adriano was actually a location where I was really like, I need to start the Calendar Mallorca. It was right there because we had a weekend where we didn't know what to do. We were like thinking of like, where should we go? Da, da, da. Then we finally had a plan, and then a friend WhatsApped in like a friends group. Oh, there's a food festival in Porto Adriano, and I was like, I mean, just spent 2 hours discussing with the kids and the husband what to do, da da. Now we've booked a restaurant for lunch. Now this, like, and I was like so frustrated because I was like, how do I not know about these plans before? And
Mm.
then we went in the afternoon, and I said to my husband, I was like, I have to do it. Like, I mean, this is just everybody's like always frustrated, always like, how do we not know about this in advance? So it's a fun location for me because it just keeps reminding me of that moment, you know?
I'm sure you'll get them.
Yeah. Let's
You'll
see.
get them as a client. We'll go in there and we'll explain to them the error of their ways. Okay, so
Yeah.
what's coming up? What are you looking forward to when, I mean, are you gonna be back on the island soon? Is it going to are you
Yes.
going to be actually attending any of the things you're gonna tell me about?
Yes, some of them. I did a bit of a mix of things you can do all the time, things that are coming up next weekend, and then September, because I know a lot of people are traveling, a lot of people are not here right now,
Yeah.
or a lot of people just, spend time at the beach and don't want to do too much. It's like a bit of a
Mm.
combination of that, I think. I'm back next week. And I'm also really looking forward to it because I miss Mallorca. Like it's, the vibe is different. I'm really enjoying having here the mountains and the temperature and everything, but I always miss it when I'm away.
When I get
Um,
home, when I come back to Mallorca from being away and we drive over the hill and into, like, the Andratx Valley, I always feel like crying. It's like it's such a I'm so connected to that place now, so I know
yeah.
how you feel.
Yes, and it's like, that like the plane ride when when you start to see the island and everything, it's very special. But it's always I think it's good to get out for a little bit, come back, and it doesn't matter where you live. Like even if I would live in Vienna, like getting out a little bit and then coming back, I think you start to appreciate a lot of things a lot more again.
True,
So
true. Okay,
but
put me.
what I'm really excited about is the exhibitions, the Miro exhibitions. I haven't seen them myself yet. So sorry for I hope you can't hear the airplane noises.
No, nowhere near as
Good.
bad as my daughter trying to make a smoothie.
No, so I'm excited about the Miro exhibitions. As I mentioned, 4 venues until November. Two of them are free, two of them are ticketed. It's La Lonja, Casal Soyeric, Espaluat, and Fundación Miro. And they all have like a little bit of a different theme to them. So La Lonja, for example, it's more like the sculptures of Miro. Casal Sorayic is Miro and his friends. Espaluat is kind of like the reinvention and what he went through throughout his career. And
Interesting.
yeah, and then Fundación Miro is kind of like a mix between and the paintings and the sculptures and the connection between them. So I think like each of them like looks at his life, his career, his art in a different way, which I also really, really appreciate. And as I mentioned, I mean, two of them are free. How amazing is it to have access to this kind of art for free in amazing locations as well? I mean, Aloha alone, the building, the environment is very special. And that leads me also to Nittelat. That's coming up on the
Oh, I
20th
love
of
that night.
September.
That's the best night.
I love it. I loved it. Actually, it was funny because last year it rained. So it was very quiet. or in comparison to years
Yeah.
before, but I loved it so much. I just think the atmosphere in Palma that night is so special. So for somebody that doesn't know what Nittelart, it's kind of like the art night of Palma. And it's on the 20th of September, starting at 6 p.m. And then you have like a group of art galleries that are like officially part of it throughout Palma, and some others that are then joining in. And then often you have like shops staying out longer, or, bars and restaurant having some themes around it. And it's just a really fun way to like walk through the streets of Palma, have a drink somewhere, continue to another art gallery. It's always feels very special. And I just
It's
love
kind
that
of
access.
surprising as well, isn't it? Like, there's always that you go around the corner, it's like, "Oh," there's something happening, and it's nice to feel energy on the streets, because sometimes Palma, especially the center of Palma, can feel very, I think, high class, because it has all those really nice fancy shops, but also
Yeah.
a little bit like it's not connected to itself, if that makes sense. So it's really
Yep.
fun to, like, see people actually, like, interacting with each other in a neighborly community sort of way, and you seeing people expressing themselves and having fun, and also that you can get there's some pretty good art out there, actually. It's kind of
Yes.
like and that I remember the first time I went, I was just delighted to see it, because after having lived in London for such a long time, I kind of felt like I was missing out culturally on these things. But actually, Nintalar, which is, yeah, okay, it's only one night a year, or a couple of nights sometimes.
Well,
It's
they have
usually for a
two.
weekend, isn't it? But there's
They have two other events, which is like the Art Palma brunch
oh yeah,
and Art Palma Summer. So they've added two more events, but
perfect.
Little Art is just like a much bigger event. It's much more famous and everything. They're bringing actually like a lot of like international art collectors and journalists to the city as well. And like you said, like I think also it's so nice because art galleries always feel so close. Like how often you walk past it, and although you might like the art that you see, you wouldn't dare to go in because you're kind of like, I don't have the budget to buy
Yeah,
like
exactly. I'm not here
50K.
to shop.
Yeah. But then they're really opening their doors, and you feel like you can walk in and you can have a look and you can comment and be like, I like this. And you don't have to be like a professional. And I really liked it. And like, I always normally meet up with some girlfriends, and then we do the route together, and then we go for dinner somewhere. And I really enjoy it.
Is
And
that
we're
the
media partners of them since
Of
last year.
course. Well
So I'm
done.
really happy about that as well, because just so I go always to like the press conferences and everything, and I know a lot of the art gallery owners, and it's a really nice group of people. Like even as an outsider, you never feel like they're pretentious or anything. They're really, really lovely, and it's super interesting to see what they're doing.
That's on the
Yeah.
21st of September,
Yes.
and it's
20th. 20th.
sorry, 20th of September, and it's
Yes.
free.
It's free.
It's
Yes.
for free, and I think
We
that's
like
such
free stuff.
oh god, yes. But it's also it should be made much more of it. I think, like, it's great that in advance, a whole month in advance, when it's going to be, because sometimes you can be looking at when is the Nittelot happening, and you can't really get a straight answer out of the website. So it's good
Yeah.
to know this far in advance
Yeah.
when it is, so I can plan to go. Makes
No,
sense.
no, no. It's all confirmed, and I'm really excited. It's really one of my favorite nights of the year.
Yeah.
Um, so the other thing that I have is Cinema alla Fresca in Palma. There are various, of course, around the island, but that's happening right now, Monday to Thursday.
Mhm.
Parc de las Estaciones, until August 27th. And you have a great mix of some kids' movies, some that are maybe more 10, 12 plus. And what I really like this year, at the beginning of September, from the 1st until the 4th, they're showing several short films as well as silent movies accompanied by music.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so I really like that because it's kind of like a little bit different. Yeah, there are other cinema alla fresca obviously happening across the island, as part of like traditional fiestas and everything. You have that in the programs. But the one in Palma is also it's quite famous, I think, well known, and a very nice option.
Iconic.
Yeah, yeah, I think
Also
so.
free.
Also free.
Come on, Mallorca. We're not that
Yes.
expensive. In
No.
in my in my village in Salacor, we've started our fiestas now. The bunting is up, which means the weather's going to change any second now, and all the rain is going to bring the bunting down again because it happens every year. But
Oh,
last Saturday they had a documentary. They showed a documentary about life in Saraco back in the day, and the plaza was crammed full of people watching it. It was really cool. It was a
yeah.
really nice moment. So,
There,
and it's nice watching a movie outside in the night air. It's lovely.
it's like a different feeling and atmosphere and everything. And I think especially like a silent movie accompanied by music, like that's very different. I mean, we're not used to that. And then it's a movie for everybody, you know? It's not in
Mm.
Spanish, it's not in Catalan. Everybody can go and have a look. And I just think that's very interesting.
Yeah, very inclusive. So good idea
Yeah.
from their point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Any more?
Yes, of course.
Always.
I had to be really like precise. Like all the information obviously is on the website, and also for Saraco, like all the traditional fiestas, it's all on the website, all the programs. But something I'm also looking forward to, and I'm back for it, is on Saturday the 30th of August. In Costich, there will be a night of 1,000 candles. And four classical concert in three different locations. And that I love. So it's basically Costich lit up by candles. And then starting at 9 p.m., they have the first classical concert in a little alley, and then you move on to the next one, and it's until about midnight. And that I think is also beautiful. It's one of those, local experiences that I feel are very special. It's free as well. And yeah, it's I love classical music, and like in a setting like this, I think that's quite unique.
I'm going to invite myself to that one because my
Yeah.
my dad's wife, who is well, yes, my dad's wife, he's not around any longer, but she's still his wife. Um,
Mhm.
she lives in Costich, and she lives in a reformed, renewed windmill.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, you might
I've
know
heard.
her,
Yeah.
Krugi Murray, Gaia Cosmetics.
Yes.
She
Yes.
makes
Yes.
perfume and soaps.
Yeah.
I have to introduce the two of you to each other.
Yeah.
You will enjoy each other's company. But yes, then she lives in Costich. That'd be fun to go to that with
So
her.
you go with her, please.
Yeah.
I might be there as well. I hope I can get a babysitter. But it's on the 30th of August, starting at 9 p.m.
Mhm.
So definitely
Beautiful.
something really, really stunning and unique. Next thing I have is on the 6th of September. It's a polo clinic, a 1-day polo clinic at Can Blau.
Yes.
And I love it because, maybe you've tried it before, maybe you're interested in it. It's with a professional polo player from Argentina. And I think it's just a really fun and unique opportunity to learn more about polo, about the horses. Knowing Can Blau, there will be amazing food and drinks throughout the day. It starts at 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. And I just think that's also one of those really unique experiences that you can have on the island.
Katja's a really good person. The lady who runs Can
Yeah.
Cabal, she is a really cool person to meet as well. I like her a lot. So
Yeah.
even if you don't like polo, just go to Can Cabal because it's a great place to visit. They have open days on, is it Friday? No, Sundays, isn't it?
They have now open farm tours on every
Oh,
Wednesday, which is also
Wednesday
really
now.
interesting, where they talk a little bit about how they started, the challenges that they're facing as well, or in general that our farmers are facing on the island. How they started with the bitter oranges, with the wine and everything. So because they've had normally you go on Sundays for aperitivo hour. You could watch a little bit of them playing polo, and the kids can run around. You can have some drinks, whatever. And then they've started to notice that a lot of people ask a lot of questions, want to know more, and they never had enough time to really sit down with them or show them around because obviously they were busy. That it's like a family-run business. So they introduced these open farm days on Wednesdays where you can really go and learn more about it, and then also try a lot of the products and everything, which I love.
Yeah, great idea.
So yeah,
Highly
yep,
recommended.
yes.
And
What
get
else?
yourself an amajaro.
Yes, love
Yum
it.
yum. Yes.
I actually it's one of my favorite gifts to bring when I go to Austria or when I'm visiting somebody. And actually, just before leaving, I also went to Gin Eva.
Oh, I've
You
heard
know,
of them, but I've never tried it.
it's very nice. And that's also great. They just started doing vermouth as well. So that's also one of my favorite presents to
Now
bring.
you've got my attention.
Yes, yes. And like very cool design, you know. They have like an olive gin. So I brought that for my dad because he loves olives, and also a great present idea.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Well, something where it's actually where we met. The food tours Mallorca.
Oh, yes.
They're now food tours Balearics because they just expanded to Ibiza. And I just wanted to mention it because I think that maybe not right now because it's hot and you don't want to go for dinner at 5 p.m. But starting September, or I think it's also such a fun thing to do if you have friends over, that you just go on a little tour of a historic center of Palma. Then they have also now a new Santa Catalina tour. Or if you're going island hopping, you can do the tours in Ibiza now as well. And I think that's just also really fun because, for example, I've been to Ibiza, but I don't know it well enough to be like, okay, I know exactly where to go for dinner. And
Yeah.
that way you can discover like 4 different restaurants and get kind of like a feel for it. So I love that idea. And I love them as well. They're doing some amazing things. And we actually organize special walking dinners with them, where we have around 20 to 25 people, which is kind of like, for me, I started working with them because it brings like the community together, which I love. And it's for people that have lived in Mallorca forever or for 2 years, or it's for people that are new on the island. It's kind of like you get all together, and over like 4 courses, you always sit with different people. Because the problem is normally when you go to these
Yeah. You
meetups
get
or things,
stuck
you
with the
always,
same people.
yes.
Yes.
So we have the next one coming up on the 25th of September. It's a Thursday. We're just finalizing the details, but that's a lot. We've done them at the beginning of the year and last year, and a lot of people have already asked for the next one. So mark the calendar for the 25th. But I think it's a nice way also after the summer to get together again, meet some new people, and try some new restaurants in Palma.
The thing I like about Emily and Michelle's kind of concept is that they've obviously worked closely with the restaurants that they've put on the tours. And you already know with confidence you're going to go to a place that is going to be good.
And it's not a
There's
typical restaurant that you see on every TikTok, on every Instagram.
Yeah.
Like even when we went, I think 2 out of the 4 places I'd never been to. And I love that. And like I'm a foodie, like I love to constantly try new places and everything. And I didn't know 2 of the places.
Yeah.
And I just love that. The quality was amazing and it was really surprising. And I think we had a really great time. And we all
did.
didn't know each other before.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, it was a wonderful
Fan.
evening, and I think that it's a perfect way for people to like confidently try new places because somebody's already done it for you. It's like,
Exactly.
especially when Ollie and I, well, the whole family, we went up to Calendar a couple of weeks ago for Vicki was doing a free diving course, which we bought her for her birthday. She's such a good swimmer, but I wanted to make sure that she got trained to do free diving. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
So it
I'd be
becomes,
so scared, but I
yeah,
admire
she's an
her.
absolute she's a rock star, she's very good at
Yeah.
it, but she could already dive down deep into the water without any training, but I was like, we need to learn a bit about safety and everything, I want you to
Yeah.
know everything." So she up in the north, they were doing this course on, I think day 1 was Cala San Vicente, and then the second day was around Cala Majorca. On the second day, we all drove up there. I thought, well, she can go and do a course, and Ollie and I will go off. Ended up in Captapera taking pictures of the castle, which was really cool. We'd never been there
Yeah.
before. That was really interesting. But we went back to Calavajada afterwards to get some food, and we booked a place to have paella. And the service was just terrible, terrible,
Mm.
terrible, terrible. And just that kind of experience when you go into a restaurant that you don't know, but you've looked up on, even if it's on TripAdvisor or Google or something, it doesn't mean much, like to have an actual personal recommendation is much more important. And like if like the Food Tours Balearics, their reputation relies on them sending people to good
Yeah.
restaurants. So like they're not going to send you to one that's not good enough. So that's what I'm trying to get at, is that you can confidently go on your walking tour or take the thing and do it yourself with a group of friends, knowing that all the food and the service you're going to have is going to be excellent. So
Yeah,
I
and because
recommend it too.
I think also because they work with the restaurants all year round. So they have really like they're not just like we're gonna work with you in the summer when they're already so busy. They have a great relationship with them
Yeah.
throughout the year. And they always make sure that they come at times that is convenient for them and all this. So your experience is just like really nice because the restaurant wants to work with them and you feel
Exactly.
that, you know?
Yeah.
It's not just something they're like, oh God, somebody's coming from Future. No, absolutely not. It's like they really love it and you have a great experience. And I enjoyed it a lot. And either you go with friends and you have a great time, or you join one of the tours that we do, like the walking dinner, where you could even come alone and you meet complete strangers from all over the world and you have a fantastic time. Like everybody that's done it like
Yeah.
had such an amazing experience.
Well, I'll, I'll see it's a spot for me on is it 25th?
The
Sunday.
um where are we? 25th.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my daughter's birthday. She'll be 20.
Oh, you can have
Oh
good.
no, it's not her birthday. It's the day after her birthday.
Mm.
I always do that.
My um great. And what was the last? Oh yeah, the last one was just a reminder for donating blood.
Oh yeah.
There's always a shortage on Mallorca, and you can donate blood from Monday to Saturday throughout the island. There are different locations. We have all the information on the website, and I thought it would be relevant because as I'm sure you know, there has
Yes,
been
we
a
do.
change. There's been a change because previously people who lived in the UK between 1980 and 1996 were allowed to donate blood, and that has changed now. So everybody's welcome, everybody can sign up, and there really is always a shortage on the island. So really every donation
We've
matters.
already signed up, Nina. Ollie and I were very
Yeah.
excited to see it. But the actual day that we were going to go and do it, he was really sick. So we cancelled and we've rebooked.
Mm.
We didn't think anybody would want his blood because he was really ill. But yeah, it's like if you in England, it's quite normal to donate blood. It's like you get a cup of tea and a biscuit afterwards, and and that sort
Yeah.
of thing. Like I'm wondering what it's going to be like here, but I'm excited to get back in. It's like being part of the community when you're allowed to do that sort of
Yes.
thing.
And they make it very easy. Like honestly, they're very convenient locations all over the island. So if you're in Palma, you have somewhere. Sonis buses is open most of the time. All of the villages, they have a bus that goes there, or they have specific locations. So it's really something that if you want to do it, you can do it very
Yeah,
easily. And like
very,
as I
very
said, I work with them on a monthly basis. So every month we update the information on the website, and you have all the exact locations, the exact timings, the dates and everything. And it's really something that's necessary. Like we all need it.
yeah. Don't rely on someone else. You should do it yourself. That's
Yeah.
a good place to wrap up then. I think you guys you got some other stuff to do today apart from being online with me. You've got a holiday to do, have you not?
Entertain children and feed children and make a million snacks every day. Yes.
Well, welcome. Well, see you, I guess, in the studio next month.
Yes. Yes,
And
absolutely.
enjoy yourself out there. Don't
Thank
swan
you.
around in the cold too much.
No, no, no. It's warm and it's we can go swimming and everything,
How lovely.
and I like it. It's nice. But I'm as I said, I miss Mallorca, and so I'm looking forward to going back.
Well, I'm going to be bumping into you at a couple of events in December, in September for sure.
Yes.
Night of Art for one. That thing with the Night of 1,000 Candles in Kostich.
In
I'm in for
Kostich.
that. That's at the
Yep.
end of August. And if I can get myself organised, I will come to the food tours thing on the 25th as well.
Yes.
Thanks so much
please.
for your time. And thank you for all the tips that you give us. Just repeat your website so that everyone's got it burned in their brains.
thecalendarmallorca.com and on Instagram, thecalendar.mallorca.
Babe, you are rocking it. We love you. Port Adriano, you're missing out. We're missing out. Have a lovely day and thanks for your time.
Thank you, you too. And see you soon.
Thanks so much, Nina, for sharing your knowledge about Mallorca. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or even TikTok now, and check out our new Majorca Mallorca website for more insider stories. Subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode, and please leave us a review. It really helps more people find us. See you next time.